How's it going, everyone? Lunar here, and for today's video I'm going to go over how to be a more consistent player in CSGO. First, I do want to address when it comes to solo queuing, either in matchmaking or any type of pug, there are so many things that can lead to being inconsistent because you're playing on a team with 4 other random people and there's no actual structure to the team. Same goes for the other team you're also playing against. Just to better explain it, it is easier for pros to stay consistent in matches because they are playing the same role and position for their team. They have built-in strats, built-in defaults, and every single team they play and every single map they play, they are playing the same position and same role. But when solo queuing, there is nothing like this. The best way to be a more consistent player, especially when solo queuing, you want to find a position you enjoy playing and learn everything about it. How to hold that position, the best angles to peek from, the best nades to stop a rush, what your crosshair placement needs to be, etc, etc, and do your best to play that position every single time. Of course, when solo queuing, you are going to have people who might try to play that position, but the best thing you can do in this case is to either call the position before others or politely ask if someone can trade positions. This is mainly for CT side, but on T side it can be a bit harder to play a specific role as there are so many moments where you have to entry for your team, where you have to play the support role and provide nades and be able to trade kills, and every single round is different. It is definitely more of a sporadic layout compared to the CT side, so that is a little bit harder with that. Now, another thing you can do to help your consistency is to focus on positioning and engagements you're taking. This definitely helps on T side and of course CT side as well. This is huge when it comes to consistency because you need to know when to take certain gunfights and when to back off certain gunfights. Also, with your positioning, you want to set yourself up for the advantage. This can be done by playing an off angle and catching people off guard, or holding an angle so that way the enemy just walks into your crosshair. As an example of having bad positioning and taking a bad engagement, we'll take CT side on cash and say you're playing fence. As an example, when having a crossfire set up with a teammate, it can work in your favor, or having a good pop flash shot to go off of can definitely help as well. But all too often people just sit in the corner on fence with neither of those things and wait for people to try to run onto site. Most of the time they get 1 kill, sometimes they'll get 2, but very rarely because they'll get double peeked and then they'll instantly die. Instead, you want to play something like quad where you can peek from one angle, then re-peek from a different side, and if you have to, you have some room to fall off if needed, and you can gain support from your teammates as well. You don't want to play quote-unquote a one and done angle where you get 1 kill and then you're dead. That's not a whole lot of use to your team. Now, I know this other tip has been drilled into everyone's head and said time and time again, but taking breaks is very important, especially if you find yourself getting frustrated with the game. Taking breaks not only allows you to set in the knowledge that you gained while playing, but it also keeps you from getting burnt out and making poor plays and poor decisions. The more you play and the more you start to get burnt out, the more you play on autopilot essentially, and then you're not thinking about the decisions you're making, you're not thinking about the plays you're trying to make, you're not thinking about what would be a better thing to do in that certain situation, so it can definitely help a ton. Now, for the final thing I want to go over is to not change your settings. Many people, when they hit a slump or feel they aren't playing consistently or playing as good as they feel they should, they tend to change their settings, whether it be their resolution, their sensitivity, you know, what gun they're using, the M4A4 or the M4A1S, those type of things. And changing your settings may fix whatever problem you're having when it comes to playing consistently very briefly, but after a game or so you can find yourself back to the same problem. The best thing to do is to leave your settings how they are and play with what you are comfortable with, and to analyze your gameplay to find what could be causing the inconsistency, to find what areas that you need to improve on, whether or not it's peaking, whether or not you have a bad T side and what you can do to play with your team better and improve, whether or not you are just taking bad gunfights, or whether or not you should be tap shotting someone, bursting someone, spraying someone, or you just have bad crosshair placement. All these things can pile into playing consistently or not playing consistently. So I just tried to put these into brief sections here to help you all out, and I hope these things will help you out when trying to be a more consistent player in CSGO. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. My name is Lunar. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like button and share the video with your friends, and I will catch you all with another video next time.